So now that Superman's a big hit, what about Wonder Woman? Well, we've got a pretty interesting update, and it sounds like that movie is being put into overdrive. Let's dive in. Well, it seems like Superman is a big hit. The domestic numbers are pretty much great, and internationals, although they are lagging, are definitely picking up. Now, as many of you know, Superman basically kicked off this new DCU, with James Gunn spearheading this whole new world. And with that, a lot of new faces. Now, one of those new faces is definitely going to be Wonder Woman. And although she's key to the DC universe, she's really not a character we've gotten a lot of news for. Now, in the last couple of weeks, we started to get a bit of a trickle on this. But now that Superman is out, well, Variety has chimed in, and it sounds like Wonder Woman is getting set into high gear. Now, what they are reporting is the current Wonder Woman film is being fast-tracked. And although it's still bound by those script requirements that James Gunn has, it's got to have a good script before it goes into production, it seems like the success of Superman has now put this in high priority. This combined with some pretty positive remarks about the Batman script, it sounds like the new DCU and the DCU's Elseworld projects are all moving forward finally with a head of steam. Now, this begs the question of what fast-tracked means, and how it applies to James Gunn's script requirements, which I think is pretty key here. Now, to me, when we talk about fast-tracked, well, I don't think that means the writers are going to be moving any faster than they currently are, but it does indicate to me they might indeed be further along in their project than previously indicated. It's always best to give your estimates low and then over-deliver, especially in the movie industry, and it sounds like that's exactly what James Gunn has been doing. I highly suspect Wonder Woman project has been in development for much longer than any of us know, and whatever's going on behind the scenes is already well established within the framework of what they have going on. I would not be surprised if they have a couple of drafts already finished, and they might indeed be in the polishing stage, which is really when the final touches are added to a project and it gets greenlit to be put into production. Now, I don't think James Gunn is going to give us any clues on this, though, until it's actually done. Again, he wants to over-deliver. And talking about an almost done script that lingers for a really long time, well, that could create another situation like we had with the Batman, where we were all wondering where the script is, rumors were running rampant about what could be going wrong, and it basically led to sort of an internet frenzy. Damage control and setting expectations for these projects is key, so delivering in a timely manner I think is super important to Gunn, and he fully recognizes this aspect of this project. Now, as far as casting goes, I don't think we're going to get any news on casting or even who's going to direct the project until the actual script is done. Typically, you marry a director with a script, and without a completed script, well, you don't have a director, and that director plays key in choosing who the lead actress is going to be. So all these things are really a 1, 2, 3. Now, does this mean James Gunn has some people in mind who might be great for the role? Well, I'm sure he does on all fronts. But none of these cards are going to be revealed to anybody until he absolutely knows what's going on with Wonder Woman, has a completed script, and can start setting out production details. The DCU has done a great job at keeping stuff under wraps. As a matter of fact, Lantern's completed production without a single leak, so I'm really not expecting anything to find its way out. It sounds like James Gunn is running a pretty tight shop, and with that, those Wonder Woman details are going to remain under wraps until he officially reveals them. When that happens, well, we're going to have to wait and see. Before we take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC news, and we want to bring you all the news truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.